Hello, so this is going to be our reading for today. This is our evening reading. This is our last reading for today. What's it like to be an ant by Jinny Johnson. So let's see, what is this book all about? So if we were ants, if we were ants, let's see what we would do, right? An ant is an insect. It has 6 legs and a pair. So a pair means that they have 2 feelers. Remember, feelers are also called antennae on its head. So what's it like to be an ant? Let's find out. It's hard work being an ant. I'm busy all the time. I live in a nest in the woods with lots of other ants because remember, ants live together in a colony. Our nest is made up of dead leaves, pine needles, twigs, and earth. So inside our nest, there are tunnels, rooms, and places to store our food. Remember when I showed you that little diagram of their nest? Yes, they have a lot of room, and they have places where they keep their food and places where they'll keep the eggs. So let's continue. Our mother is the queen ant and the head of our family. She lays all the eggs. There may be 100,000 ants in a nest. Whoa, so that's a lot of us. The rest of us look after her and bring her food. I started life as an egg. Remember, that's our first stage, an egg. It was about the size of a pinhead. So those are the eggs. They're white, remember? I hatched out into a squirmy larva. A larva has no legs but can wiggle around. So we're like worms when we're born. I grew until I was about the size of a little fingernail. So a fingernail like this. Then I spun a silk case around myself. Remember, we said this was called a cocoon. So you're going to spin a silk case around ourselves. And we're going to go through a big dramatic change, right? Metamorphosis. I turned into a young ant inside my silk case. When I came out, I was a bit weak and wobbly at first. Other ants looked after me until I could manage myself. Then I started work. I am a worker ant, like most ants in our family. Worker ants like me don't have wings. My first job was looking after the eggs and young. I brought them food and kept them clean. Whoa, so as an ant, we do so much work, huh? When I was older, I started going out with other workers to find food. Every day we march off to look for caterpillars and other insects to bring back. I am strong. I carry food that is 3 times as heavy as me. We leave a smelly trail so other workers can follow us and we don't get lost. So you see, that's why they go marching all the time in a line, right? So they march, march, march because they're following each other and making sure that nobody gets lost. And as they're doing that, they're leaving a smelly trail so that way they know where to find the food and how to get back home. One day I will be a guard ant and protect our nest. If other insects attack our nest, we fight back. We bite the attackers and we spray them with a liquid we make in our bodies. It stings. The liquid an ant sprays is called formic acid. Oh, so this is a very dangerous liquid, right? So we are going to use this liquid when we feel we are in danger. Not all the eggs our queen lays hatch into workers. Some hatch into male ants with wings. And you can see the male ant right there. They don't do any work and are fed by other ants. Others hatch into new queens, right? And they will have wings too. So now these new queens are also going to fly off and start off their new colony, their new homes. One summer day every year, some males and queens fly out of our nest. Ooh, so on the summer, this is when this happens. They mate, then the males die. The queens bite off her wings. Then she goes back to the nest to lay eggs or start a new nest. So that's how the cycle pretty much goes. That's the life cycle of an ant. And that was pretty much it. But can you believe all the hard work that we do as ants? So now we have more about ants. What are an ant's feelers for? Remember, the feelers are the antennas. And these antennae are to smell, to taste what's around. And The ant's eyesight is poor, so that's why their feelers are very sensitive, right? How many kinds of ants are there? Remember, we've been talking about this, right? So there are more than 12,000 different kinds of ants. And today I showed you guys, we went over that little chart where it said different types of ants and their names and how they look different. They're not all the same. They're different colors. Some have bigger heads, some have smaller heads, some are a little bit bigger, some are a little tinier. So that's what it is, right? So there's 12,000. That's a lot of different types of ants. Now another question is, do all ants make nests? So most do, but not all, okay? Army ants are ants that just move around. They don't make nests because they're moving from place to place. And at night they just protect their queen. But most ants will have a nest. So a colony where they will go back home and, you know, eat and protect their ants and make sure that everybody's safe. What do ants eat? So ants eat other insects, right? That's what we spoke about. They eat other insects, including ants. Sometimes they have to eat them, other ants. They also eat fruits and vegetables and bodies of animals that have died. Now we have ant words. So these are our vocabulary words. Antennae, we already know. These are the feelers. They're the pair. They're long, thin, and they come out from the insect's head. Formic acid is a stinging liquid that's sprayed when ants are in danger. Larva is a worm-like creature, and that's the second stage of the ant life cycle. The queen ant is the leader of the group, and she's the only one who can lay the eggs. And then the worker ant is the ant that just gathers food and looks after the young ants and defends the nest. And that is our reading for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's just giving us a review of what we have been learning, since today is the last day that we're doing ants. So we're talking about ants and we're talking about insects, okay? And that is it. See you all very soon.